Corey Coleman, the Corey Coleman on Twitter, and also a part of the New York Giants All-American Fred Biletnikoff Award winner, joins us. How you been, young man?
Good. How you been?
Doing great. I appreciate you reaching back out to me, and it's great the timing with the all-decade team. So I'm going to put you on the spot. You played with, oh my goodness, Kendall obviously was a part of it. You, Corey Coleman, Terrence Williams, Katie Cannon, and now you saw what Denzel Mims did. If you had to pick three, who would you pick?
Including myself or not including me?
No, you got to include yourself because I know you will.
Okay, I'm going to go with me at number one. I'll explain a little bit why, y'all might say, oh, he's biased. But I'm going to go me number one. At number two, I'm going to have to put Kendall.
Okay.
And at number three, I kind of have a three-way tie. You can choose kind of either three of them. So I'm going to go with KD, Antoine Goodley, and Denzel.
Okay.
I'm going to go those three at number three. If we're going off just like pure talent or we're going off stats too. So that's another thing. You know?
Let's go off of, the stats, I think, all speak for themselves, and that's why it would be difficult. But let's go by, in your opinion, pure talent.
Pure talent?
Yep.
So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So Corey, when you came here, this was wide receiver you when you guys were here, and you were confident in your ability to step in, but was it intimidating, especially as a young player, to step in here and know that, oh man, I better play well or I'm not going to see much of the field?
I think they made an environment. You knew what it was, but it was a competitive environment. So you're only coming to Baylor to compete. If you don't have this competitive nature in you, you're not going to make it there because, you're going to get weeded out real fast.
Corey, what were those practices like when you first got to campus and in that competition level that you talk about? I know you probably had some idea. You had been around some practices, but what was kind of like the welcome to Baylor sort of moment for you when you got into the flow of things?
I have to say, the gogi. So it's like a Greek word for turning a boy into a man. That's when, they put you through, this Navy SEAL workout, one of the hardest workouts you ever go through, 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, and pretty much for all freshmen. You got to go through it. So that was a huge eye opener. It's like, oh yeah, this is for real. This is not, you pick when you want to work out and stuff. You have to put everything in it, and you have to love football and love what you do. If not, you get weeded out.
Yeah, there's so much talent, and there are names we didn't even get a chance to get to. Some guys that were really also dynamic that just did not make it. Hey, I had someone tell me today that, and we know how intense you are, were you kind of an enforcer inside that locker room, inside that team when you played at Baylor?
Yeah, I would say so, and I think all my peers would too. I came with that mentality, the attitude, we're not going to lose. If, I was hard. I was hard on the younger guys. I even pushed the older guys who was in front of me, but they respected it because my ultimate thing was to get everybody better and for us to win football games.
Have you seen the documentary series with Michael Jordan, The Last Dance?
Yes, sir.
Have you watched, Michael Jordan, of course, is to me the greatest of all time. Others can debate that, but do you see kind of that fire that he was pushing guys when he knew that when Pippen went out that he had to get other guys to play better?
Right. And, the coaches there left me with, same type of role. I'm not going to compare myself to Michael Jordan, of course, but they had that leadership in me, especially when I grew to become the leader that I was in that locker room and outside that locker room.
Art Briles' offense was you're going to try to score in every play. He believed that you could score in any play. You were kind of that perfect receiver for him because that last year it felt like every time you touched the ball, you scored a touchdown. Did you have that mentality of if this works, I'm going to score?
Yeah, I had that mentality. Coach Kaz and Coach Brosnan did a great job, bringing players in together who were competitive, had that competitive nature and spirit and stuff. So, I kind of like trained myself in mentality, especially going with Coach Kaz. That man's crazy. He'll get it out of you.
Corey, we also had you on this all-decade team. Not only were you amongst the votes first-team wide receiver, but also the first-team kick returner. Now, from what I recall, it's not something you did a ton, but you did a little bit. Do you have any kick return memories, and is that something that you enjoyed doing and wished maybe in a way you could have done it more?
I definitely enjoyed it a lot, especially my younger years at Baylor. I wasn't playing – my first year I played receiver and stuff, but anything to help the team. And, I felt like just touching the ball, I could help the team win and stuff like that. So I asked, I'm like, let me go back there and return kicks, coach. He's like, okay.
What have you learned about yourself since you became a pro football player?
It's a lot. You're going to go through adversity. This is part of life. That's a normal person working, a 9 to 5. They're going to go through adversity too. They might get laid off right now in this world. We're going through adversity. That's just like in general, that's going to happen. It's no matter how you bounce back from it. Some guys can lay in the towel. They can quit. They can give up. And one thing I know about myself, no matter how hard it is, I'm never going to give up and keep fighting.
We're talking to Corey Coleman, Blitnikoff Award winner, All-American, part of the New York Giants, voted as an all-decade wide receiver, no-brainer for Baylor by SicEm365. Paul?
How's your health right now?
It's good. I'm coming back. I didn't play last year, ACL, but, I'm running. I'm recovering really good. The Giants, medical staff, and the trainers there did an unbelievable job. They've been with me every step of the way. So that's really good when you got people like that who has your best interest.
Corey, I want to go back to the kick return for a second. What do you recall from the Iowa State game when you guys were just blowing their doors off already and they put you in there late and you weren't like a Blitnikoff winner at this point. Everybody knew you had a lot of talent, but you had not like taken over, and you get in there late to run a kickback. You do. And what do you recall anything from that particular play?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was crazy because that's where it all started. For me, running back, wasn't letting off the gas, even though we're up a lot. My whole mentality, I'm back here, I'm gonna go score.
Well, you did that a lot. Yeah, you did that a lot.
And then I kind of said, I put myself at number one, and I'm a hard critic on, I would say, all the receivers who's been through Baylor. Studied them, watched them and stuff. And one of the reasons I put myself at one, if anyone, out there who watched the Baylor games and stuff, especially my last year, first my sophomore year, I'm going my last year. My last year, if you watch the tape, you see like for the first 5 or 6 games I recall, I didn't play past the second half. I was on the sideline with my flip-flops on, helmet off, shoulder pads off, on the sideline. If you watch, you didn't see Corey in the game second half. So if you tally up them 6-5 games, I didn't play past the second half, my stats I think I would have reached 2,000 yards in receiving. To be honest, we're beating teams so bad, and my whole, and Coach Arbaugh's whole mindset too was that we're trying to go and get in the playoffs. So we're not going to risk, you playing the whole game, because I'm begging them, like, let me keep on playing. He's like, no, you done well today. You're good. And it's still 2 quarters left.
Yeah.
Corey's out there trying to get that 400-yard receiving game, and he probably could have a few times, actually, like he's saying. Hey, Corey, this past weekend, 4 draft picks for the Bears, 10 undrafted free agents, 14 guys entering the league. Denzel, though, going pretty high there in the second round of the Jets. What are your thoughts on Denzel, the latest Baylor wide receiver to enter the pros?
I like Denzel a lot. I talked to him. I trained with him a couple times too. So I like Denzel a whole lot. I'm so happy for him. It's always, a great thing when a young guy dreams come true and stuff, and entering the league. And, you know, I'm going to chat with him when all this stuff is, you know, all the excitement and stuff. You know, a lot of people hitting his phone up. Just give him some game and advice that I wish that I would have got at a young age. So I'm excited for his future, too. I think he's going to be a hell of a player.
Such a great story about you and your mother in Dallas and then coming to Baylor and then what you did with the awards and the records. Congratulations. It's obviously first team all-decade at Baylor's not a surprise. You'd be an all-decade guy. You're probably in the Big 12. I don't even know if they had that yet. But thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Good luck with getting healthy, staying healthy, and also staying safe. And thanks for your time. Good luck during whatever we have with the 2020 football season.
Yes, sir. Have a blessed day.
That is Corey Coleman.